We've got 4 generations of Mosman people in our family, so that's really the connection, the Mosman. But the gallery, that's another connection altogether, yeah. When did we first connect with Mosman Gallery? It was when the new building was 1998, yes, and a very dear and friend of ours, the late Hugh Fraser, was asked by council to be the architect for the project, and we were very close friends. Brian went to university with Hugh, and so he engaged with us in the whole project. So we were great enthusiasts right from the outset, right back to 25 years ago now. But it's been a very, very satisfying and joyous experience being so close to the gallery and having so many opportunities to meet wonderful artists, which then resulted in our art collection. My father always wanted to live in Mosman, but he was a very senior public servant in Canberra, and we'd moved all over the country to achieve his goals, which was a wonderful experience for us. But ultimately, he always had in his back of his head he wanted to finish his life in Mosman, and he did. He did. My mum and dad bought a house in Avenue Road, and they enjoyed, a good quality of Mosman life. Dad was a returned serviceman, so he connected with the Mosman Club, and he used to talk about his $5 lunches. He'd go up there, and as an ex-serviceman, they'd give him a huge plate. This is after my mother died. A huge baked dinner for lunch for $5. So, it is Mosman, and we now have our son, daughter-in-law and 2 grandchildren living in Mosman as well. So it's a real family. Mosman is a family thing for us.
I was conscripted in 1968, and I finished up working for the Commander Royal Engineers in Canberra, and that's how Carol and I met. In fact, it's the only good thing about being conscripted, actually. It was just at a party, and we kind of connected, and we've been married 51 years.
Yeah, happily married, very happily married. Initially, I guess we met Lucy when she won the Mosman Art Prize in 2000. On that night, I used to like going early to the prize so I could wander around and decide which one was going to be the winner, and I never struck it lucky until I met Lucy. Lucy's work of the cakes, it's part of her food collection. I spoke to Lucy on the night and told her I'd love to get one of her works, obtain one of her works, and how would I go about doing that? She told me to contact Ray Hughes, and of course, everybody knows Ray in the art industry, and he had his gallery over in Surrey Hills and Devonshire Street, and Lucy actually lived just around the corner, and she'd just graduated from the National Art School at that time herself. So we contacted Ray, and she said, I've got an exhibition there at the moment. It's a food exhibition, so maybe you'd be interested in that. And I said, we certainly would be. So we did. We followed it up. And when we got to the exhibition, every single work was sold. And that was our first lesson with Lucy. If you're not there at the opening, you won't get a work. She's a kind of artist that she speaks to everybody. Her work is beautiful, but it's also about the everyday things, much like Margaret's. Margaret, look at Margaret's works, and they're the ordinary things you've probably got in your own cupboard at home that they love and treasure and paint. And particularly Lucy's connection to animals, and I'm similarly connected to animals in that way and belong to the Humane Society and so on. So, there was the way even that sheep's there, which we bought not so long ago, and it's just the face and the way she portrays animals is very, very beautiful. And we know herself, she lives with a whole lot of animals in her life, and she loves every one of them. So,
and you certainly know Lucy is successful when you can actually buy a fridge magnet. of her painting.
Margaret was the inaugural winner of the Mosman Art Prize in 1947, and the competition was judged by Lloyd Reeves, a well-known artist. So Lloyd Reeves said at the time that Margaret submitted two works, though New England landscapes, a large work and a smaller work, and either of those could have been the winner. So she got first and second prize. So what Lloyd did was actually select the larger work as the winner, and of course that's now the inaugural winner of the Mosman Art Prize, and it's in the Mosman Art collection. So we thought Margaret has such a, and she also was a judge of the Mosman Art Prize herself at one stage. So we thought, well, if we could get a Margaret Olley, we will get a Margaret Olley, because Lucy, I think, and Margaret were also quite close. We discovered through a friend who was also an artist that in the Art Gallery in New South Wales' latest Look magazine, there was a photo of Margaret taken by Ian Lloyd, a well-known photographer, in her home, and she suggested maybe we should, try and track that photo down, and we did. We did track it down, and we managed to purchase it. So along with the painting, we have the photo, Ian Lloyd photo, of Margaret painting in her amazing house with all her objects around her, painting our painting. So that will go as well to the gallery, to Mosman Art Gallery, along with the artwork. So much of what we've done is connected to the gallery. We're connected to the gallery. We're 25 years connected to the gallery. It's an important part of our life. And I think, well, we didn't set out to collect something that is as unique as it is, but it just turned out that way. And it seemed to us that we wanted the collection to stay together, because basically what you see of Lucy's works is a progression of an outstanding Australian woman artist in her earliest years, the development of her art, and you can see why she is just so loved. When you walk around and look at them all, they all have something very special about them, and they're about everyday things and about animals that are part of our lives. To see the progression of an artist in her formative years, and for Mosman to own that, is really important. And it's important that it stay together, and by giving it to the gallery, donating it after we're deceased, then we get to enjoy it our whole lives, and then the people of Mosman and beyond get to enjoy it forever after. And for us, that means a lot.
Both women have a connection to Mosman, and it also, the general comment is that most art galleries have male painters, so we're in a situation where we can give to the Mosman Art Gallery a collection of two women artists, which will increase the number of women artists that they have in their collection. Carol is a volunteer. I don't do any volunteering work there, but and she often is the meter and greeter at Mosman Art Gallery. So it's just part of our life, and it's very good that we can give back something to the gallery.
And it forced me too, I suppose, to really learn a lot more about art. If you've got to run a tour group, then you're going to have to, and I do a lot of study, a lot of time I spend preparing for any of the tours. But even at our age, you can continue to learn and grow intellectually, and I think that's really important.
There already has been a number of other offers of bequests.
I mean, we've got the Balnaves, which is simply amazing and wonderful for the gallery and for the people of Mosman. And I think that's very well known. Neil was a very prominent citizen. I think the concept that you live with them till for your life, and once your life is over, you go on giving afterlife to the community through those beautiful works that you've collected.
And it keeps the collection together, which is another important issue, I think.
That's right.